Hello, and welcome to English Mastery Hub. This is our series Study English with Me. My name is Karen, and you are in Karen's Corner. A very, very warm welcome to you today. I'm so glad that you could join me. You will remember that our slogan for this series is by Walt Disney, who said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." And all that we need is a little bit of courage. So just by stepping up and logging in to today's video, you have taken that first step of courage in improving your English. Remember that you need to register on our website in order to be able to use the different tools that are available absolutely free for you to practice your English. I want to point out, particularly under the control panel, my stories, which you can create using any words that you have added into your own personal glossary. Remember the glossary, which is also found under the control panel, and it is a daily vocabulary tracker which tracks the words you have learned according to just learnt, confident, and in daily use. There you can see my words. And I do encourage you, when you're reading, listening to a movie, or to something on the TV, add any new word you come across to your glossary. And so then, when you go back and you go to my stories, you can create stories using the words that you have placed in your glossary. So you can create your own stories saying words marked as just learned, confidence, or in daily use. You can review and manage your glossary here. And so by using words that are in your glossary, you become more familiar with them. And research has shown that you need to use a word effectively 17 times before it actually becomes embedded in your memory. So remember to do that. There are lots and lots of tools here. There's a pronunciation score checker, there's an English pronunciation game, there's a word game, and there's even a writing assessment. And that's just one of the panels on our website. So I encourage you to register and to make use of this awesome site, absolutely free. For today, we're going to look at a blog which we find here on the right hand side. Before we go there, I want to also just highlight that we now have a new section, which is EMH Kids, where you can play vocabulary games or word builder games. And these are also awesome tools that you can let your children use. And so they can become familiar with English at a young age. Let's go to our blog. The blog that I've chosen for today, and I would ask you to mouth the words as I read, a technique known as shadowing, and this will help you with pronunciation in English. After you've finished watching the video and mouthing the words, you can go along and listen to the audio, go over the blog again and read it to yourself, and even attempt to answer the questions on your own. I would encourage you to remain to the end of the blog to get the most benefit out of it. And as always, like, subscribe, and drop any comments that you may have. Let's get into the blog. Why can even a 2-minute walk change our mood? This article is at a B1 to B2 level, so not too difficult. It explores the effects of movement, fresh air, and natural light on the brain. Commonly used words, and if you don't know these words, add them into your own personal glossary. Phrasal verb that we're going to look at, which is a verb plus up, the preposition, and this means to improve someone's mood. A short work can lift up your mood after a stressful day. So it doesn't mean physically lifting weights, it just means to lighten your mood. And if someone is on cloud nine, that's an idiom, it means they are extremely happy, which we will all be when we get good marks and good results in our English. Let's begin our article. Why can even a 2-minute walk change our mood? Have you ever noticed that you feel better after stepping outside for just a couple of minutes? It may seem surprising, but even a short walk can quickly improve our mood. Many people think that exercise must be long and intense to make a difference. However, research shows that even light movement can have a positive effect on the mind. One reason for this change is the way our brain reacts to movement. When we walk, our body increases blood flow. This helps oxygen reach the brain more efficiently. As a result, we may feel more awake and focused. Physical activity also encourages the release of chemicals such as endorphins and serotonin. These chemicals are often called feel-good hormones because they help reduce stress and create a sense of calm. Another important factor is fresh air and natural light. Spending time indoors for many hours can make us feel tired or unfocused. When we step outside, natural light helps regulate our internal clock. This can improve our energy levels and support better sleep at night. Even a brief walk around the block can help us see things more positively. A short walk can also give us a mental break. When we are working or studying for a long time, our attention becomes weaker. Taking 2 minutes to move around allows the brain to rest. When we return to our task, we often feel more productive. In fact, some experts suggest that regular short breaks help people stay focused throughout the day. Walking can also help us notice our surroundings and forget our worries for a moment. Instead of thinking about problems, we may begin to pay attention to the sounds of birds or the feeling of the wind. This simple shift in attention can lift up our mood, especially when we feel stressed or worried. After spending a little time outside, some people even feel on cloud nine because of the fresh air and gentle movement. It is important to remember that small actions can lead to meaningful results. You do not need to run a marathon to improve your mental health. Even a 2-minute walk can help you reset your mind. Over time, these small habits can add up and create long-term benefits. In today's busy world, many people are looking for simple ways to feel better. The good news is that the solution might be easier than we think. The next time you feel tired or low, try stepping outside for a short walk. You may be surprised by how quickly your mood improves. Sometimes the simplest changes can make a big difference. And you can practice that same theory when learning English. Small habits add up and create long-term benefits. So practicing English for 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day will eventually add up and you will notice the long-term benefits. The grammar, which I'm not going to go into in detail, we are using the present simple tense for general facts. We are using modal verbs such as can, which shows the ability to improve your mood. And we are using as a result or because, which is used a phrase to show cause and effect. If you would like more grammar, join our free grammar course, which can be found on our home page under courses, and it looks like this. This is the contents page, and there are lots of different slides that you can go through with explanations. Here is the present simple tense, and you can go through the exercises practicing the different grammar points. Getting back to our blog, 5 questions based on the article. Why does walking increase oxygen flow to the brain? So the key there is oxygen flow. So one reason for this change is that our brain reacts to movement. When we walk, our body increases blood flow. I would actually say when you walk or have some mild exercise, your heart starts beating slightly quicker, and this increases blood flow. The increased blood flow to the brain helps the brain absorb oxygen more efficiently. So, very important, a little bit of exercise. The next question, how does natural light affect our internal clock? And this is when we need to feel sorry for people who live in places like Scandinavia and Norway, where certain months of the year they have no natural light. So another important factor is fresh air and natural light. Spending a lot of time indoors, which we do if we work, especially in an office. When we step outside, natural light helps regulate our internal clock, and this can improve our energy levels and support better sleep at night. Third question. Why are endorphins called feel-good hormones? And not only endorphins, serotonin as well. And these are called feel-good hormones because when they are released, they make you feel better. Let's see when we can find them. I know I read about them. Here they are. And for any of you who run, you will be familiar with the term runner's high, and this she has the same result. These hormones are released, they make you feel good, and in this way they reduce stress and create a sense of calm. How can short breaks improve productivity? And this is something you need to bear in mind, especially if you are studying. Some people say you need to study without any break for 3 or 4 hours. And this article is not saying that. It says taking 2 minutes to move around and having a short mental break allows the brain to rest. When we return to our task, we often feel more productive. So bear that in mind. If you're sitting at a computer working for many hours, at least once an hour, take a 5-minute break. Allow your brain to relax, focus on something else, and you will find that you return to your task with renewed vigor. Why might someone feel on cloud nine after a short walk? I think this is a little bit of an exaggeration. I really don't think that after a very short time outside you would feel on cloud nine. But be that as it may, that's what the article says. Really, you only feel on cloud nine if you've received some extremely good information or something that you've been waiting for, a result of an exam that you finally passed, a book that's been published, something of a momentous nature in your life will make you feel on cloud nine. Definitely for me, fresh air and gentle movement does not do it. But then again, we're not all the same. Maybe for you, you will reach that feeling of being on cloud nine. And that is the end of our article. We would love you to join us in our weekly English speaking class. Speaking is by far the most difficult thing to do. I'm learning another language and I find even after 6 months of learning the language, I cannot speak it because you need that practice of exchanging ideas and going from one person to another. That really helps you to build up your confidence in speaking English. So we hope to see you soon. Thank you for joining us again this week. And I touched at this. And I hope that this video has been beneficial for you. Thank you again. Bye bye for now.